welcome back to Shakesyear. Do you like my nice commercial makeup? I shot a commercial earlier today, and this is the hair and makeup thereof, so that's what's going on with all of this stuff. Anyway, today we are in Act 5, Scene 4 of Henry VI, Part 1, and we get to hear from Joan de Pucelle, otherwise known as Joan of Arc, and she has been captured by York, and they are getting ready to burn her at the stake. And at the top of this scene, well, at the end of yesterday's scene, we had Suffolk talking to this woman named Margaret, who he thinks is just absolutely gorgeous, and he wants her, but he's already married, so he decides that she should marry the king. And her father, the Duke, shows up, and they agree that yes, this is fine for her to marry the king because that'll like settle everything and things will be great and yada yada. And at the very end of the scene, Suffolk, in a really nice creepy way, is like, well, don't you have any tokens to send to the king? And she's like, no. And so he kisses her and says, give that to the king. And she's like, you bastard. And he's like, mwahaha, this means she'll still be around. So at the top of Act 5, Scene 4, we get the troops that are ready to burn Joan and this shepherd. And the shepherd is like, oh, my sweet daughter, I'm so sorry that you're dying, and why don't you repent and stuff like that. And she's like, you're not my dad. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I have no idea who this man is. And he's like, no, I really am your dad. And she's like, no, you're really not. So leave. And he's like, okay, fine, screw you. And he leaves. And they're like, okay, let's get this whole thing going. Let's get the pyre burning now. Let's tie her up. And she says, first let me tell you whom you have condemned. Not me, begotten of a shepherd's swain, but issued from progeny of kings, virtuous and holy, chosen from above by inspiration of celestial grace to work exceeding miracles on earth. I never had to do with wicked spirits, but you that are polluted with your lusts, stained with the guiltless blood of innocence, corrupt and tainted with 1,000 vices. Because you want the grace that others have, you judge it straight a thing impossible to compass wonders but by the help of devils. No, misconceived. Joan of Arc hath been a virgin from her tender infancy, chaste and immaculate in very thought, whose maiden blood thus rigorously effused will cry for vengeance at the gates of heaven. And they're all like, oh, that's lovely, okay, groovy, let's make sure to burn her really well. And she's like, no, wait, I'm pregnant. And they're like, what? And she's like, yep, I'm pregnant. And they're like, oh, it was probably him. And she's like, no, it wasn't him, it was Allenson. And they're like, so we would kill Allenson's baby. And she's like, no, it wasn't Allenson, it was this Duke. And they're like, again, like, who cares? And she's like, no, actually it was the king. I'm pregnant with the king's kid. And they're like, yeah, no, you're just a liar. And they take her off to burn her to death. And then the scene ends. And then the scene ends without another monologue. But I'll give you the recap on that tomorrow. Yeah. Because tomorrow we're in Act 5, Scene 5, because we really only have like 3 more days of Henry IV, Part 1. Yeah, 3 more days of Henry IV, Part 1 before Henry VI, Part 1 before we get into Henry VI, Part 2. And I'll see you tomorrow for the last of the 3 monologues. Mwah.